Hello everyone, I hope you're well. This video is going to be a weekly. I'm going to film my week, but I've had some really sad family news. As if you watched my last video, you'll know I had a family member die, and then about a week later my grandmother, who I was very close to, who had Alzheimer's, she actually passed away as well. So I'm going back to Essex today to go to a family member's funeral next week, and then I'm going to stay down in Essex until my grandma's funeral, and I just really want to see my granddad and spend some time with him. So I'm gonna film the week. I don't know how much I'll be able to film. I'm currently packing in the world's largest suitcase. I'll show you it. Here is my case, which Dom is struggling to shut because I've overfilled it. Has it shut?
Yeah, just
nearly. There's like stuff slithering its way out. You can like press down on it a bit. We are just at the car park in Tesco's because we just went into Tesco's. There's Dom there, sorting out the sat-nav. And I got my dad some stuff because obviously it's his mum who's died, my grandma. So I just wanted to get him like a bag of stuff that he likes. So I got him peaches, apricots. I got some, oh, sat-nav. It's like ominous voice. I got him some oranges to make marmalade with him. Got him angel cakes, fig rolls, caramels, some Japanese craft gin because he really likes gin. That gin's really nice. Some like other like snack things down there, like his favourite snacks basically. What I got him, and then I also got some flowers at the back there, some peonies as well. And there's my bear, and now we're back off to Essex. And also I got this bag, which is really cute, like Winnie the Pooh bag that was only £1.50. There's some cool graffiti. There's like a squirrel, and then it looks like an old lady in a bottle riding a turtle there. Look how nice that car is. That green car. Let me try and zoom in on it. No! It's gone forever. I'm back in Essex. I probably look an absolute wreck. I've just had a really emotional day, like talking about funeral arrangements, and I saw my granddad and I saw my family, and I just feel very sad obviously, and like a bit lost, like a bit kind of fuzzy. So I'm gonna sort out my dressing table. I'll show it to you. I just want to do something like nice and like positive and everything. So I have my dressing table here, which I actually put this together myself because this wasn't attached. So I attached the mirror. I actually got this dressing table for £20 from the Skip. So the Skip is where you take your rubbish, and some people, if it's like nice stuff, they just keep it out in a shed and you can take it. So I paid £20 for this really nice one. So I am gonna kind of make it look like a boudoir, I'm thinking, being very ambitious. I have some fake flowers here, which I'm gonna wrap around the mirror and everything. So here is the before. So I have all these fake flowers that I'm not actually doing anything with. So I thought I would take them all apart because they're in bunches. And then on these kind of details of the mirror, I would just twine them round somehow. Not quite sure. Oh, and here as well. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it. Just kind of like stick them in and hope for the best. Here is the after, the boudoir table. It's been a few hours now. I did go out. I went out and then came back and finished it off. And I think it was really nice. I really like this, that I found this shell on the beach. And then I just put a load of stuff in it. And everything's organised there. And I put all the flowers in. Which I think looks nice. I like it. I think it's nice. And I got my parents some peonies, and so I thought I'd put one in my room. I've never bought peonies before, but they always look so nice. So I sneaked one into my room so I can watch that one grow while I'm here. I really like all the little things on it. And I've never actually lived in this room. Oh, here's like a Harry and Meghan mug that actually won at a raffle. Got face wipes in there. Oh, I really like this little swan as well that I bought. So there's my boudoir. Put some rags there. Some like raggedy bit of material. I thought it looked quite nice. Raggedy Ann. It's been a few hours since I last spoke to the camera. I did my dressing table, I then went out, I saw my granddad and I saw my family, and then Dom came to say goodbye because he's driving back to Bristol. And obviously I'm staying because I've got a funeral this week, and then I've got another funeral next week, so I'm just going to stay down for the funerals. And I've never actually lived in this bedroom because my parents moved before I'd moved out. I've moved out of the house, and so then when they moved to this house, I'd never lived here. I've only stayed here like a night or something, but as I will be staying here for at least 2 weeks, I thought I'd kind of spruce up certain things. So I went to the charity shop, and for £20 I got this gorgeous like chest of drawer desk thing. You might think it's hideous, okay, but it was only £20. So let me just say, ta-da! I really like it. I think it's really old-fashioned and nice, and the drawers come out, and then you've got this nice top on it, so the drawers just slide out like that. Plenty of room to put like vests and t-shirts, because I didn't have anywhere to put my underwear and vests and stuff like that, so that's why I bought this. Only £20, and I'm gonna like keep it, and then if they don't want it, I'll take it back to Bristol with me. But it's really nice. I need to put that back on. Look at it. I need to put that back on, screw that back on. I am currently washing it. I'll show you how dirty it is. Oh my god. So I've been like washing it. You can see how like lines in the dirt of how I've been washing it. You can probably see it better the other side. I'm just using Dettol, and then I'm going to polish it afterwards, but I'm going to really scrub it. You can see how dirty it is. This is just a line that I've washed. So I think I'm going to have to scrub it to get it clean. But I really like it. I really like this gold trim on it as well. I think it's really, really pretty. And then I'm just going to put it up against the wall, and then I'll put some ornaments on it and stuff. I really like it. Oh, it's trimmed there as well. It's really pretty. On closer inspection, you can see how dirty it is. And this isn't dirt, this is actually tar. So this has been in someone's home where they smoke. You can tell how it's kind of coming off in layers. So if you smoke, this is what is inside you. If this is what is outside on the furniture, then imagine if what you smoke. Oh my god, look at it! Just like layers and layers and layers of the stuff coming off. So here's, I'll do a before. Here's a before. Lovely. And this is what it looks like now. All nice and clean. Looks like a completely different cupboard. Here's the trim that I really like as well. I'm going to polish that up now. I haven't picked up my camera in a few days, so I thought I'd just check in. I went to a funeral a few days ago. It was a family member's funeral that I came down for. I went to that funeral, and I am still in Essex staying with my parents because my grandma's funeral is next week. So I've had like a funeral this week, and then next week I've got my grandma's funeral. And yeah, there's not really much to report. Obviously, I'm just like spending a lot of time with my family, my extended family, and my granddad. And that's it really, we're just all spending time together. I will show you my cabinet because I don't think I showed you it done. I was washing it and it was the most filthiest thing of my life. It was disgusting. All this tar was coming off in like layers upon layers, and it had really gotten into the wood, so I had to bleach the whole thing. It doesn't smell now. It didn't really smell before, but I bleached it anyway, and now it looks really nice. So I'm going to show you my little cabinet. Here is the cabinet here. I really like it. I'll show you the little legs. So there's its little legs, and then I put on it a 101 Dalmatians. I got this from B&M Bargains. It's like £4. It's just a canvas of the old 101 Dalmatians poster, which I thought was really nice. So I put that there. I then have my Disney globe, which I got for one of my birthdays, and I was so excited. And then with a little Slovenian family member there. There we go, you can sit up. So there's that, and then over this side I have these candles, which are really old-fashioned. We don't really get these candles anymore, but they're all like swirls and curls, and I really like them. This one has obviously melted because it's on its side a little bit, but I like all those three together. And I thought they went really well with, oh, with this, with the little bows. I thought they went really well with the whole look of this thing. Oh, there's like a rainbow on it. I don't know why, but there is. I really like it. I think it's gorgeous. All my clothes are so dark because I just had to bring like all my black clothes for the funerals, so just like dark clothes. I also have these lavender pouches which smell so strong of lavender, they're stuffed, so I have one in there to kind of, if there's any smells, but it really didn't smell because after I bleached it, it was fine. Oh, look at that. And then I have this little lavender pouch in here as well. Black clothes as well. It's just been a bit much of a week. But I really like this cabinet. If my parents don't want it, I'm going to take it back to Bristol with me because I just love it. And the sides are really clean. Let me show you the sides. Really nice now. fantastic find, really. So that's all that's really going on with me, just spending a lot of time with family. Obviously I've been very down because, you know, death is such a final thing, and I feel like also when someone dies and you go to a funeral, it reminds you of all the other people in your life who you've lost, just being, you know, where the funeral is. And also both funerals, my one last week and my one this week coming, well this week it was, and then this week, whatever, they're at the same place, and I've had someone else who's died and they were at the same place, same crematorium, so it floods back those memories, doesn't it, of people that you've lost. With every other person you lose, I don't feel like it makes it easier, it just reminds you that you've lost them as well, and then you're going to lose everyone around you, and I'm an only child, so it's just going to be me, and I've been just thinking about that a lot, that when my parents go, obviously I'm an only child, so I'm going to stop talking because I really don't want to get too emotional. I feel like I've just been crying so much. It's been a whole thing. But it was lovely to spend time with my granddad because I went out for lunch with him. So that was really nice. If you hear like clattering and stuff, it's because someone's at my parents' house doing up their bathroom, because after the funeral we're having the thing at my parents' house, but their like main bathroom isn't working. Like they're redoing it. So that needs to be done before the other funeral. So yeah, there's just like so much going on. I haven't been able to really film or catch up or anything like that. But yeah, I got this top from a charity shop that I really like. Can you see? It's all jazzy. It's very me. I got that top which I like. Yeah. I have some stuff to do now, but later I will be going to Battlesbridge. So the next clips you'll see will be me at Battlesbridge, which is an antique place in Essex. So it has different shops owned by all different people, and they're all antique dealers. They do different things, old books, old things, furniture, loads of stuff. But even though they're antiques, like some stuff is really cheap, it's really great bargains you get. And I collect Bramley Hedge stuff. Bramley Hedge is a children's picture book. If you've been with the channel, you know my obsession. It's this kind of children's book series with these mice, and it's stunning. And there's always so much Bramley Hedge stuff at this place. And there's this one woman where she has the best Bramley Hedge displays with all the little figures out. So the next clips you'll see will be happy clips for once in this video. They will be happy clips of the Bramley Hedge stuff, because I want to get a Bramley Hedge autumn mug. I have a lot of the other autumn stuff, but they did mugs, plates, everything they used to bring out. So I want to get an autumn mug, and then I'm just going to wander around there, I think, just to kind of cheer myself up a bit. And yeah, so I might get that. I might get some old books. I'll show you what I get, and the next thing you will see will be positive, lovely Bramley Hedge. First bit of Bramley Hedge here. Boxes are really nice. Oh, that's a Peter Rabbit box. But this is Bramley Hedge. This little, I've got that one. Little cute figures from the books. Oh, I love that.
And it's just talking about what they remember from then. Yeah. So that's really fun. So I'm trying to.
I like that. Rupert Bear. It's cute. Elvis. There's some Peter Pan in there. Oh, me? This is like an old curiosity place. Oh my god. So freaky. Look at that. Animal. I am back from Battlesbridge. I thought I would show you what I got there. I got some books from a charity shop the other day, which I'll show you as well. So from Battlesbridge, I got non-book related, a bowl of wool, because there was a wool place, and I'm knitting a bright pink scarf. I've already done 2 panels of it, and then I'm going to use this for the 3rd panel. I then got this one, which is The Murders on the Links by Agatha Christie. I asked him and I was like, any Agatha Christie? Because all he had was books in his shop, and he had one, which was this one. Really lovely old copy. I haven't got any old copy of my Agatha Christie books, so it was nice to have an older one. I then got this from my uncle. This is Doris Day, Her Own Story. My uncle really likes Doris Day, and he was talking about her the other day, and so I thought I would get him this. This is by A.E. Hotchner, and just looking through it, if you're a Doris Day fan, this was absolutely beautiful, so I hope he likes that book. I got Paddington at Work. This is a Paddington Bear book by Michael Bond, and it's got the gorgeous illustrations. Let me show. Oh my god, it's so nice. I'll show it to you. There we go. You see stunning illustrations, so I had to snap that up. I then, from a charity shop, got this one. This is Unsolved Murders and Mysteries. Sounded interesting. This is edited by John Canning. I got Evelyn Waugh Vile Bodies. This is the Orange Spine Classics. Never read any Evelyn Waugh. I don't know really where to start on what to do with that. So from Battlesbridge, I'll show you what else I got. I've got 2 more books. I got this one, which so nice. Look at it. Let me show you the inside before I tell you what it is. There's the inside. It's a copy of Heidi, and I am thinking of maybe for my book club that I run on this channel, maybe we can read Heidi one month. What do you think? I think it'd be a nice sweet story. It's about a girl who goes and stays with her granddad, and so I thought it looked nice, and this is a stunning edition. I've been looking for a really beautiful edition of this book, and I finally got a copy. So maybe Heidi, tell me what your thoughts are on this. And then I got this one. This is just one, it was £1. All the books were mostly £1 apart from Heidi was £3. And this one is called Simple People. I'll tell you who it's by though. It says that this edition is 1928 edition. It's by Archibald Marshall, and I just thought it seemed really sweet with that on the like cover of it, and the drawings. It's got these really light sketches throughout it. I have no idea what it's about, and I'll be honest, I had a little bit of like maybe a little bit of a tiff, you would call it, with the man who was in the shop, because I took this to the counter and this was £1, and he opened it and he was like, I was selling this for £30 because it said £30 inside, and I went, oh, and he went, no, but it is £1 now. And I said, oh, why isn't it 30 anymore? And he said, oh, because no one wants to buy it, and so I just got sick of it and just gave it for £1. You've got a real bargain there. You can make some money off that. You can sell that on eBay. You've really got a bargain there. And I said, do you want me to put it back? The book, because he was saying it as if like I had stolen from him, like really kind of bitter, like you've got a real bargain there. So I said, oh, I can put it back, I really don't mind, I'll just put it back. And then I said it maybe a little bit sharper than like was intended, because obviously I'm upset, like I'm not, you know, obviously because my grandma and everything and the funeral was like, I'm upset, I'm not in the right headspace. I kind of maybe snapped at him, but I didn't mean it as a snap. And so, and then he was like, oh no, it's fine. So I did get it, but I was kind of like, I hate it when people do that when you buy something and then they're like, oh, I had that up for more money months ago. Yeah, I've only just reduced that and you've snatched it. It's like, well, don't reduce it if you don't want to sell it. I then also got from Battlesbridge this beautiful 101 Dalmatians mug. This was £1. Really lovely old mug, which I thought was nice. I got some stuff from the factory shop as well, which I'll show you quickly. I got a candle. This says Special Nan, and I'm going to light it to like think about my grandma. It says, your smile has gone forever, your voice I hear no more, your life is a beautiful memory for me to keep and store. And I really liked that because I wanted some kind of like memorial thing, because she's not going to have a grave. I wanted my own memorial thing, and so I think this is nice and stuff like this. And I'm not religious, so it didn't say like I'll see you again, because I'm not religious, I don't believe in that. I then got this which says Special Nan, thinking of you always. And if you watched my last like vlog, I bought a plant, and the plant was a memorial plant for my grandma that I have in my house, and so I thought this would be perfect because I can just put it into the plant pot. I'm going to cut it down a little bit and put it in that pot. I then got a floral garland. This was like £1, and I'm going to put it around my dressing table mirror, and that's all I got. I really want to show you my edition of Heidi though up close. Look how nice it is. Tell me, what do you think, book club people? Shall we read Heidi or not? Let me know. This is by Joanna Shreppy maybe? Tell me, are you interested or not? Lovely edition. Oh, look at it. So nice. There's not really many illustrations in it, but it is a children's book, Heidi. I do know that. Tell me if you're interested down in the comments for reading this 1 month. I thought I'd check in as I haven't filmed anything today. I also have my hair up like a seal. I look like a seal, like, seal here. I have had a good day, a heavy day, but a good day. I went to the tip because we had to get rid of some stuff because we had our bathroom done, obviously. So we got rid of all that stuff. We then went and bought some more stuff for the bathroom, and then I went to go and visit my grandma in the funeral directors to see her in the coffin. So I basically went into this room and I saw her in the coffin. I held her hand, I stroked her face, and then I wrote her a note, because you could write a note. So I wrote a note, and obviously she was in the room just there when I was writing about all the memories, and it was just flooding back to me all these fabulous memories that I had with her. I then sealed it and I put it in the coffin with her, and I put it where her hands were, so she was like holding the note, and I found it really comforting going to see her. I knew I wanted to go and see her, so I asked. And I could, and I didn't know whether I was going to find it incredibly sad or comforting. I had no idea. I found it so comforting going to see her in the coffin, how she will be, you know, when she's buried, and also just seeing her one last time. And obviously they do make people up, so they make them look nice. So she did look really nice. She looked really like herself. She looked like how she used to look about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, before she had a problem with her leg and then obviously Alzheimer's. She looked like that. It was almost like going back in time and seeing her before she was ill, and her face was so relaxed, and oh, I found it so comforting. I'm so glad I went to see her, because for me it was really great, because I feel like that will be my last memory of her. I'll obviously remember her always from when I was younger, because I always feel that when people die, I remember them from how I first saw them as a child. So I feel like I'll always have a younger version of her. But it was really great just to see how she was, and she was comfortable and she was herself in there. And to put a note in with her and just hold her hand one last time, because that will be the last time. I just got a bit emotional, so I'm going to cut the bit out of me crying and being a bit emotional, because what I wanted to say is that this is the last time I'll ever see her again. And so it was great to see her looking how I remember her before, instead of seeing her looking very like pained and confused. It was just a great kind of lasting memory, because I will never see her face again, and I'll never hold her hand again. Today I've just been getting stuff ready for the wake, because it's going to be at my parents' house. I feel like this whole video is just going to be me picking up the camera saying, today I did this, today I did that, but I don't think you should film things to do with funerals. I don't think you should film funerals or the preparations. It's all really personal stuff, and I'm just seeing a lot of family and we're talking about my grandma and stuff, but it's not stuff that I want to put out there. So yeah, so I was just organising stuff for the wake that we're having at my parents' house after the funeral. Dom is back in Essex. He dropped me off here, went back to Bristol, worked, and now he's back in Essex because he's going to my grandma's funeral. So he's in Essex and we're going to go out for dinner now. He's back. We have come to the beach. There's Dom. There he is. The tide is out, but I'm looking for shells to collect, because I want to make like a picture frame out of shells. Sounds mad, I know, but I'm looking for shells. I'm just looking in the sand. There's one there. There's another pretty shell. Ooh. One there. That's a nice shell. Got 3. Oh, there's more here. That's a nice one. Nice shell. That one's quite nice. They're all kind of like broken up bits of shell, so you have to kind of look in for them. Oh, there's another one there. That's a really nice shell. I love how peaceful it is out here, even though there's loads of people. It's just so peaceful, and I love this. I love moss on like anything with all seaweed on it. I love it. I'm still looking for shells. I keep finding crab shells. See if there's any here. Oh, there's a shell. There's a nice shell there. I'm out in the mud now, as you can see by my little prints. And I just found this really gorgeous shell. So it's like that from the outside, and then it's purple, like deep, beautiful purple inside. Really gorgeous. I'm going to keep that one safe. And in like the water, there's loads of nice shells as well. So I'm going to have another little scour. I want to make a shell pitch frame so I can put a picture of my grandma in it, because she loved the beach. So there's the water. It's like right over there. So we've got all this to look around and discover, and there's all these sea snails and everything. I'm not going to take a sea snail, obviously, but there's the beach. We are still looking for shells. It just feels really weird to like be here and not be going to visit my grandma, because I don't live here anymore. Every time I come back to the beach and I come back to Essex, I visit my family, so I see my parents and I see my grandma, and it's so weird that tomorrow will be her funeral and I'm not going to visit her tonight to like say, oh, I'm going back to Bristol and I'll see you next time. It just all feels really weird when you go back to the places that the person who has died used to love. I feel that's when it really hits you, because obviously it's hit me before, and obviously I went to go and see her, so I know she's not here anymore. But just being on the beach and just thinking, oh, I'll see grandma and granddad tonight, and then realising, oh no, I'll only see granddad tonight. It's just it's like a bit cruel, it feels. But I'm still looking for shells, because I want to make a shell pitch frame, but out of shells that I find from the beaches that she used to walk, and then I can put a really nice picture of her in it. So I'm going to walk out a little bit into the muddy area and see if I can find some better shells, because on the beach there's great shells, but in the mud there's like really good shells. So I'm going to go on a little search. We have walked right out now, so there's mud and then there's stones. We're on the stone. Dom is talking to a crab over there. He's literally chatting to a little crab, because there's some little crabs that we're watching out for. Little crabs there because there's water, pools of water there. So Dom's just whispering to the crabs as we speak. I think we're done at the beach now. We've got plenty of shells. It's actually getting quite dark, as you can see as well. I'll show you the shells that we've got. Got loads of shells and loads of different shells and stuff. So hopefully that's enough. Here's one last look at the beach. The lovely beach. And it's so peaceful and so nice. Pan you around so you can see it all. So nice. It was my grandma's funeral yesterday. These are the flowers that were on the coffin. These flowers, and then they had flowers in jugs, because she used to collect jugs. They had all her jugs that she loved with bunches of flowers in, which I thought was really nice. This jug's so beautiful. It's got all the names: hollyhocks, viola. It's like old cigarette cards. But as flowers, snowdrops, all different ones all the way around. She got them from charity shops. They're gorgeous. This vase. So nice. We're taking this back to my granddad's now. The vase and the flowers and everything we're taking back, but it's such a beautiful vase and really lovely flowers as well she had. There's the main ones. They're really nice as well. It's been a few days. I had my grandma's funeral. I couldn't stop crying throughout the service. It was just very, difficult, obviously, like funerals are. I just hate funerals, because I feel like you've mourned and you're grieving someone, and then it's like 2 weeks later, the funeral. You can do that all over again. I don't get the idea of funerals. It doesn't give me any kind of closure or anything. But anyway, I had my grandma's funeral, and then I've just been hanging out with family, really just like hanging out with my granddad, seeing how he is and everything. And yeah, that's all I've been doing. I haven't been talking to the camera a lot. I have been very upset, so I didn't want to film when I'm very upset. So someone died from my mum's side of the family, and obviously I had to go to her funeral. And then someone died from my dad's side of the family, so I had to go to a funeral the next week. So it's been 2 funerals in 2 weeks, and it's just been a lot. Also, I am quite an introverted person, so seeing loads of different family members and people coming down from Ireland and London and Italy and all over the place, so people that I don't normally see, seeing them and seeing so many different people, I just feel like I don't cope with it very well. Like in the moment I feel like I'm fine, I'm not a rude individual, but then afterwards I get a little bit kind of overwhelmed because there's so many people. So to have like, I've seen all my mum's side of the family that I don't see, and then to see all my dad's side of the family that I don't see, it's just been a lot of people to see all the time. And also like families have their own different stuff, and I think deaths also bring up, I don't want to get into like stuff because it's other people's business, but deaths do bring up the people that you've lost in the past and the tragic deaths that have happened within a family. And so I feel like that's kind of dragged it up for some people, not me personally, but my close family members have had deaths, and having a death now, it kind of reminds you, maybe it's going through the funeral, maybe it's meeting people who are grieving, I don't know what it is, but it just reminds you of how other people died and how tragic that was. So there's been a lot of like dragging up of emotions, which was very emotional and everything, but I am doing okay. I still can't quite believe that I'm never going to see my grandma again. Like, I don't feel like that's dropped at all. I went around my granddad's house yesterday and it was almost as if I was going to go in, because in the lounge is where we used to sit, and then when my grandma got really ill, she was bedbound, so we used to go into her bedroom and sit in there. And so when we sat in the lounge, I almost felt like, oh, is grandma in her bedroom? Like there was just this weird kind of moment of, oh, I'll go and see grandma in her bedroom, and then I kind of thought, oh no, you won't, because she's not here anymore. But her house is untouched, it's left how it was, because obviously my granddad's still living there, so you know, it's all his stuff as well. So it's just so weird to walk into it and it's untouched, but it's kind of quite comforting for me really to like see my granddad. And he was married to her for, I think it's like 64 years. Like imagine being married to someone for 64 years. Whoa. And then they pass away. So I feel myself getting a bit emotional now. I am going to see the film Aladdin today. As a child, I used to watch the Disney cartoon on repeat. Aladdin was my thing, and now it's come out as a one with real actors in it, so I'm going to go and see Aladdin. I'm going on a bit of a pilgrimage to Aladdin because the nearest cinema is about an hour and a half walk away, and I don't drive and I don't really need to get a bus or anything, so I'm going to walk an hour and a half to go to the cinema to watch Aladdin. It's like 2 hours long, which is a bit long in my opinion, but anyway, it's 2 hours and something long, and then I'm gonna walk an hour and a half back home because I really want to go and see it. So that's the update from me, and the next clip you'll see will be the lovely Southend-on-Sea, where I was born and raised, and a lot of my family live and everything, and I'll show you little bits of Southend-on-Sea, and then you'll get my review of Aladdin. I saw Aladdin the other day, I just didn't have time to like film and everything. I've just been seeing loads of family. Aladdin was really good. If you're a massive fan like me of the original Disney cartoon, it's very different. Very different storyline, new characters. Some of the characters don't have as many lines. Jafar's parrot Iago was my favourite character in the cartoon one, and he doesn't have a lot of lines in this one. I loved how sassy he was in the cartoon, but he doesn't have that many lines here. It's a massive switch up, and also the beginning starts really quickly and everything, so yeah, I loved it. Just say that now, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was gorgeous. It's just very different from the Disney cartoon. I am now going back to Bristol. I've said goodbye to my family and everything, and I am going back to Bristol as well. I've got my travel sickness bands on. I'm gonna find Lola and say goodbye to her. Goodbye, Lola. You're staying here. Goodbye, see you later. She literally couldn't care. Look at her just like, get away from me. I'm sunbathing. She's actually under a bench in the shade. You're right, see you later, see you next weekend. Yes, goodbye, Hannah. I'm going to end this video here. It's been a very emotional 2 weeks. The video that you've just seen has been filmed over 2 weeks, but I just didn't film on a lot of the days because I was very emotionally drained and very upset. I am now back in Bristol and I'm gonna start filming another weekly. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as you could, because it was a very sad video because it's been a very sad time in my life. I feel like I still am just like a bit in shock that I've just had 2 funerals in 2 weeks. I can't quite believe it, but I'm gonna end the video here and see you again soon for another one.